Good morning. You are listening to UpReach, a morning devotional presented by the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. When Jesus came into the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, "Who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?" So they said, "Some say John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." He said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Simon Peter answered and said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus answered and said to him, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." Then he commanded his disciples that they should tell no one that he was Jesus the Christ. From that time Jesus began to show to his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and be raised the third day. Then Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him, saying, "Far be it from you, Lord, this shall not happen to you." But he turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are an offense to me, for you are not mindful of the things of God, but the things of men." Matthew chapter 16, verses 13 through 23. In this passage of Scripture, we read of a critical moment in the life and ministry of Jesus while here upon the earth. Up to this time, he has been teaching and preaching, as well as performing a number of miraculous signs and wonders. During this brief retreat for some private time with his disciples, Jesus uses the occasion to question his closest friends and companions about the conclusions they are personally drawing about him. In this interchange, it becomes apparent that even though Peter speaks up boldly identifying Jesus as the promised Messiah who has come from God, it is not long until he also makes it clear that he does not really understand what that means. Though he pronounces Christ as king, he refuses to accept the fact that Jesus must be persecuted and killed in order to fulfill God's ultimate plan. If this much confusion resides in the minds of those who followed Jesus daily and knew him best, what about us today? Sometimes I wonder if we really know Jesus today. Consider the following words from God is No Fool by Lois Cheney. "Who would I be if I were then? Would I stand on the curb and watch him go by? Would I have knocked off for the afternoon to see what he had to say? Would I have raised my eyebrows and wondered what all the excitement was about? Would I have stood with a few on the corner and wondered pettishly when were the authorities going to put a stop to this thing before it got out of hand? Would I have drunk it all in and have been wide-eyed and wide-hearted with wonder? Would I have clinched my opinion as soon as I saw he was associating with some of those kinds of people? Would I have smiled benevolently at the stories of wonders and healings? Would I have wanted to get his autograph? Would I have stood aside and waited thoughtfully, oh so thoughtfully, for him to prove himself fact or fiction? Would I have slept soundly that Friday night and the next night too? Isn't it nice to be here, now? For we can't make those mistakes. God have mercy on us. God have mercy on us." What about you today? Do you really know Jesus? Do you have a personal relationship with him based upon your obedience to his word? Why not get to know him more intimately, beginning today? If we at the Church Street Church of Christ can assist you in developing a deeper, more intimate relationship with Christ, please do not hesitate to call upon us at any time. We are standing by, ready to help you. This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street, and I would like to personally invite you to come and share times of Bible study and worship with us each week. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. for our morning worship, followed by our Sunday school for all ages at 10:15 a.m. Then we meet again at 6 o'clock p.m. for our evening worship. We also have a midweek meeting for devotion and Bible study on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. I hope to see you there.